Hello, welcome to the next edition of KebbieG Specialty List. This Friday, we're going to be trying out Boros Heroic on Arena, so hopefully we do quite well today. This is a deck that I think is moving up in the potential warehouse, being actually a legit thing. So, I'm actually quite content. The deck did perform quite well, made it to the finals of the Pro Tour. So, it's not his exact deck list. We are playing Codebreaker, which we have 18 threats, so it's a little bit more than, of course, what Simon was playing, but hopefully we do a good job today. So if you like Boros Heroic, let me know down in the comment section what your favorite build is, what cards you like to see in this particular deck. And if you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification to be aware of future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. Let's get into the deck list and see the deck in action. So the deck list, we do have 4 Rages, Angers, Reckless Rage, so we do have a decent amount of removal interaction, God's Willing. One thing I do kind of wonder if I want to switch to a little bit of a Simon's build in regards to God's Willing and the Lauren's Escape. Lauren's Escape is pretty, the showcase is pretty good against a Malia combo, right? So you can make the Walker indestructible and cause a draw. So that is a little bit of a thing that does come up. So, but other than that, like I said, the creature package I think is pretty reasonable. Maybe we should be going down a 10 District Legionnaire for Courage main board, something like that. But overall, I think this is actually a pretty solid list. I'm not sure if Simon had 19 lands and that was how he did it, because I know he had 4 Lauren's Escapes and 1 God's Willing, but we also guess he had 2 less creatures, so I don't know. Sideboard though, we have the 2 Lauren's Escape there for a little bit of more protection against removal. 2 Rending Volley is pretty good against spirits, Greasefang, Mono White, Amalia. We have Get Lost for a little bit of removal coverage, right? 2 Rest in Peace for Graveyard Haste. 1 Case, 3 Showdown of the Skulls for the grinding matchups. Rakdos, stuff like that. We expect a lot of removal for our threats. Then we have 2 Redains for quote-unquote Lotus Field, stuff like that. We can maybe cut our lid 10 districts for those, and we should be okay. So, and of course, we do have a Jingata. Now, you could argue that we should maybe cut Redain for Damping Sphere, but we also do cast a lot of spells in a given turn to ourselves. So I do think Redain is also pretty good for that, and also pushing off Supreme Verdict. But then again, one of the worst offenders in this thing is Lockdown. So that is our list we're trying out today. Let's see the deck in action. Canal passes. Go ahead and drop down the Vantage and Hoplite. Say Goo. Considers. Next turn, I think I Hoplite set up for potential God's Willing too. But Consider's not bad. Pitches another Consider. So this is definitely going on white. Steam Vent's untapped. Shredder. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. So do I still want to Hoplite this turn? I'm going to say no. So that doesn't let me attack this turn. Hit you for 3. Pass the turn. Pathway on blue. Sure. Prankster. Or the Free the Fae. All lands. That's a nice outcome for me. So he hits me. And that's not a terrible thing from my position. So we have primarily white cards in hand. Put down a white. I could go with Versuosha. I think I go to combat. And I attack. Play Illuminator. Pass. I'm trying not to Sprock this because he probably has an Arclight Phoenix in hand. We'll go ahead and attempt to protect it. Probably don't need the second Illuminator. Spell Pierce. So that gets Sprocked. And there goes my Illuminator. Does he attack me? Best case scenario, we top deck our removal spell. Reckless Rage. So there's an Arclight Phoenix. Shoves in for 2. Swift Spear. Put a counter on it. I think I have to kind of Sprocket and shove for 4. That might make him want to trade here or chump. And then next turn we get Anger. Nope, takes it. We pass the turn. Sleight of Hand. Treasure Cruise. Somehow finds a Phoenix. We are at a comfortable life total though. Considers. So that's the 3rd, I think. The 3rd one. And plays a Prankster. How much do you attack? Keeping the Shredder back. Okay. Go ahead and pump. Alright, so if I play this, he blocks here, 6. I mean, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I dead on my turn? 6, 10, 11. So I am. I kind of have to be all in. I'm going to block here now. Yeah, there's no way we can come back. This Shredder has definitely took over the game. So this matchup, we definitely bring in potentially that and that. Anger's not as important. Outside of that, rest in peace, definitely. Maybe courage isn't as important. I still have 22 instants, so we're not like that. We play the Vantage, Swifty, hit ya, say go. Canal, removal. That's kind of sucks. Okay, we drew another Swifty. That's good. Put that on red, I suppose. Put a Rage on it. Hit ya, say go. Ideally, he just taps out for a Shredder here. We just volley. There's the Canal. We have another removal spell. Okay. Play 10 District. Considers. Put that on as a land. Hit you for 2. Pass the turn. There's the finally place the Shredder. Shocks himself. Considers. Connives. Hopefully we draw one more spell that target. Land's not what I'm looking for. So we go ahead and volley. And rage. Don't want another land. Hit ya. Say go. Young Pyromancer passes. Hit ya. That happens. I don't really want to play this, and he just removes it in response. I'll pick up Jegs and pass. Prankster. So he gets Treasure Cruise. Maybe I should have went for it, but I just feel like it's very risky, and I have a shot of getting blown out. So he draws a couple cards. I should say a few cards. Pathway on blue. Ops. Tops it. Lightning Axe. Protect it. Keep it. Pro red. So he has 2 options. Actually, he's just dead, right? Because he double blocks. I mean, the damage goes through. We'll still protect it, just because. Don't need a Sokka's hand. God's Willing's fine. And die. Run it back. Tap land. Hoplite. An advantage. Say go. He taps out. We're going to go for a rest in peace. Okay, he taps out. Or do I want to apply pressure this turn? Could go Swifty plus strike. I think that looks pretty decent. Attack. Strike. Say go. Next turn, we could potentially do multiple spells or something. We do need to be worried about this Pyromancer though, and Opt. Yeah, that's tough. I had no removal either, so assuming he attacks with the Pyro, does not. Play the Forge, rest in peace, and attempt to shove. Block some blocks. Pump the Hoplite. Say go. Just need to dodge removal. Brotherhood end. Is he just tapping out? Sure. I think that's like the best case scenario. So we play a 10 District. Pathway on white. Virtuoso. And hit you for 2. Considers. Gets rid of an Opt and a land, it looks like. And a volley. Tap land. That's not a bad top deck. Pick up Jegs. Smash. Say go. Pathway on red. Blue. Arclight Phoenix. Do you attack? Does not. Okay, that's interesting. Shove. Blocks. Go ahead and shelter. Rage is interesting. I keep. We'll name red. Pass the turn. So I think we might be taking this match. Got it. 1-0. Beat the best deck in the format. Let's get into the next. Forge. Play a Swifty. Shove. Say go. Marsh. Passes. Anger. You might have a fatal push. That'll be a huge blowout. Of course. Sanctum. Thoughtseize. Scoop it up. Yeah, we found way too many hands with 1 lands. So against this type of matchup, we definitely went Scape, Showdowns, and the Case. And of course, our first cut is always the Anger, and second potential is the Courage. Run it like that. Sacred Foundry, Swifty, Shove. Shores, Thoughtseize. That's fine. Takes my Virtuoso. Play the land. Codebreaker. Shove. They go. Founding the third path. This is most likely Neoform. If I had to guess with this Founding and Sultai. It also, of course, could be... Oh, sure. It also, of course, could also be Kennen combo. Play another Swifty. Smack. Say go. Yeah, it's definitely Neoform. Does he have a sweeper with 1 black available to him? The thing is, he can't even really play a creature, right? Let's just Tassiger. That's his only really shot here. Otherwise, he'll just die to a Reckless Rage. Of course, he could have a Stubborn Denial, but pass the turn. Probably means he's going to win. Yeah, Neoform. Showdown of the Scalds. I mean, I guess if there was any kind of potential, it would be that, but he still has Stubborn Denial. Scoop it up. 1-1. Let's get into the next. Courtyard, Shoal, Pathian. Okay. Soldier, Pantheon, Courtyard. It's like Wars Off Humans. Thalia, Shoves, Plains, Illuminator, say go. Mutavault, Copper Line, Copper Coat. You attack with Thalia, attacks both. Alright, we're going to block the Pantheon. Play a tap land and pass. Another Copper Coat. Now, what does he do rest of this turn? Evolve Sleeper. So there's no more potential interaction here. Does he attack with the Thalia? Does. So I think this is the time where I go ahead and connive and make it pro-white. I don't need this Vantage. And I think this is the perfect time to get rid of the Thalia. So that way my spells cost within a reasonable cost. So play 10 District, go to combat, attack with Illuminator, pump it, get rid of the Hoplite, put that on white. So there you go. Pathway on black. Evolves and evolves. Turn on Mutavault. Swings out. So we'll attempt to block a Vanguard. Get him to interact with me. Do I care enough to protect this? I don't think so. Another Evolve Sleeper. Any spell, I'm say any spell wins. So start off with this. Get rid of the Vantage. Give it pro black. No more lands, please. Got it. So against aggro, volley, get lost. Seems like the extent of my sideboard changes. Now he has a lot of creatures. I think strike is worse than anger because I need to get through the damage versus being instant speed combat trick. And his removal is sorcery speed, I think. Unless he plays get lost. So run it like that. So Courtyard, Vessel passes. Sacred Foundry, Hoplite, they go. Tap land. You have a Fatal Push. Thoughtseize. Take God's Willing? Or do you take Get Lost? You could also take my land. That'd be quite havoc. I'm gonna play tap land, Swift Spear. Takes my land. Okay. Aha. Tap land, Swift Spear. Smack. Probably gonna block. Nope. I was like, he probably wants to get this in the graveyard. Lieutenant grows the vessel and shoves. Anger. Play Rage. Shove in for 10. Thoughtseizes. Takes the Willing. And his life total is pretty low. And shoves in for 3? 2. Alright, we drew a land. Attempt to shove. Takes it. Pass. We'll get lost on his combat step. I don't really need him gaining 2 life. So he makes me sack my Swifty. Shove. Kill the vessel. Take 1. And attack back for lethal. 2 and 1. Let's get into the wrap up. So what do we learn this week about this deck overall? The deck is feeling good. I gotta admit. The main board felt pretty decent. Sideboard could use a little bit of tweaking depending on your meta, of course. I mean, seeing a lot of black-based strategies. I think Lorne's Escape is pretty good. We didn't see Amalia, surprisingly enough, since Explorer, I think, is more dominated by the deck than Pioneer, just because it doesn't have necessarily every single deck that's just at its full capacity, like Lotus Field and stuff. So Amalia should be pretty reasonable. Then again, Blue-White Control is pretty on par with the Pioneer version, so, you know. But overall, I felt like the deck was pretty reasonable. The only times it struggled, of course, is when you just couldn't get a creature to stick. I do actively wonder, maybe this deck, instead of transitioning into, like, getting extra cards, like, off of enchantments and stuff, would it be preferred if it was just a Planeswalker that you bring in to kind of grind out? But I don't know. What considerations would you have made for Boros Heroic? If you like Boros Heroic, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification before you head out that door. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week and the weekend. And I'll talk to you soon.